really. Okay, here we go. Thanks, everybody, for being here. We're going to start. Hold on. Split. Okay, pause. Okay, here we go. The show begins in 3, 2, 1.
You know what I want. A second dance. Just the two of us.
What senile old fool would entrust the security of the castle to a child?
The Morning Stream. Monkey wannabe.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to TMS. It's the morning stream for Wednesday, July 19th, 2023. I'm Scott Johnson. That's Brian Ibbett. Hi, Brian.
Hello, Scott. How are you?
Man, you know what? Every day, at least once, someone sends a message to either the TMS email or my own email and says, you do realize that New Year's Eve this year is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I get it all the time.
Right, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I mean, I do think that's great, but you're all. It's like you guys are doing Halloween stuff too early. You got to wait for the time.
Right. Let that Circuit City close before you stick your Spirit Halloween in there. All right.
Oh my gosh, I found out the other day. I'm sorry, you reminded me of something. I was trying to go to. We have this retro game thing. It's in one of the malls, and I went to go check it out. It's a Spirit Halloween now.
Oh no! Already? God, in July?
Mm-hmm. That and the two stalls next to this, they had like a stall on each side. They're your stores that were closed already, and now those are all part of it. They knocked out the walls, and it's one big. I was pissed. I was irritated. Didn't like it.
You know, should we start getting worried that before too long it's going to be Spirit Halloween Planet? Like it's their invasion of the cheap costume snatchers or something?
I don't know, man. It's like what's the movie what was the name of that movie with Stallone and Snipes and everybody? What was that called?
Demolition Man.
Yeah, maybe they were wrong. It's not Taco Bell.
Every restaurant is Taco Bell. No, every store is Spirit Halloween.
Yeah, they got the prediction wrong about who was going to be who.
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
Anyway, hey, I got to do some show and tell.
Yeah, I did mine pre-show. Patrons enjoyed it. You all can too if you become a patron.
And you should. For real. You need to see Brian.
This is a rad thing that I showed and told.
But it's not as rad as this.
All right, let's see it.
Brian sent me something for my birthday.
Oh,
look at this.
You got it. All right.
I did. I got it. Big thanks to Hammond for swinging by the house. Why is that wet?
Yeah, was there something drip on you out of the thing?
Something's wet, but I think it was my water bottle sweating next to it or something.
Okay, all right.
Anyway, look at this. This is Lillith from Diablo 4. Brian 3D printed this beauty and what do you call this kind of paint again?
Zenithal painting. So basically you paint the whole model black.
Yeah.
Then you do a gray halo around the top.
Yeah.
And then hit it from the front with white. And that creates, it like shows detail, like the fact you can see like all of the detail on her spines and stuff like that.
Yeah. It's awesome.
Creates shading. Yeah. So that makes it really, really easy to now paint. If you do thin color paints, you can do as light as you want. Just add a little bit of Ted Turner color, or you can, make it super faint, whatever.
I honestly think this is as cool or cooler than anything on the Blizzard store that has her on it, because they have a statue you can buy. It's like ridiculously, outrageously expensive.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
Full size thing, but this bust is like so rad. So this is my favorite birthday
gift. It's a bust,
gift.
all right.
Look, no offense to anyone else in my family or anybody else.
Sorry, Kim.
It's the best one I got right here.
That's cool. Oh, dude, I'm so glad you like it. Happy birthday.
Love it. Look at that. Right there looking at me. The primeval, one of the primeval's daughters. She's the daughter of hatred. Oh, yeah. It's good stuff.
You know what you ought to do? Like at a minimum, make her or her eyes red in the game.
Oh, yeah, I could do that. I think that I think two different eyes. She has like two different.
I remember
colors.
I saw a cut scene before I went back to playing Zelda to eventually come back to Diablo 4, which I will.
Of course you will, sure. I'm looking now. Yeah, she has two colored eyes. She has a kind of a reddish eye and a blue eye. Okay. Because one of them is
like an Alsatian.
one represents her father, and the other maybe is, I don't know, her. What would that be? Because her, I don't know who her mother is. I don't know the lore on that. Mm-hmm. But she's a real piece of work, I'll tell you that.
Interesting.
Love it though. Absolutely love it.
Cool. Good.
And
Glad
that,
you
art,
like
that
it.
artist
Big
guy,
thanks to-
that guy you subscribe to get these models, freaking insane.
Oh, Eastman, man, that dude. Listen, if you want me to print something for you, subscribe to Eastman out there because he doesn't allow you to sell your prints. But if you want something printed, you don't have a 3D printer and you want me to print something, just subscribe to him for a month, get the model you want, get it to me, I'll print it. And but he's a Patreon and he does amazing work. His current thing is Bane. Like this month is Bane, and it's the amazing comic book Bane, and it's gorgeous.
With those that crazy helmet and those gnarly green.
The hose coming off the back of it.
I like comic Bane a lot. I think I think the movie Bane's fine, but I think comic Bane is really something special. He's rad.
Yeah, no, for sure. Let's see here. I think it's on his Twitter, so I can get you a picture of it real quick. Like
Comic Bane.
Can I just? Yeah, I think I can copy link. Copy link.
Should be able to see it, even if it's on his.
There you go. It's in our Discord.
Oh, it's a tweet.
It's in our Discord.
All right, I'm bringing it up here, chat. Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
See, that's this guy. What
cool too, right?
What does this guy even need in his life? He can make anything that matters.
He can. He just like he does one of these a month. Maybe two. I think there have been months he's done two, and his stuff is amazing. He did a Deckard, not Deckard Cain, but Blade Runner Harrison Ford's character.
Blade Runner Deckard, yeah.
Blade Runner Deckard, and it looks like frickin' Harrison Ford with the bad haircut and the scar on his chin and everything. And
wow, that's awesome.
Yeah,
he's good. I wish I was him.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
There's a talent right there.
I really wish I could do that stuff. That's really awesome. I guess with time, but I don't know. We're old goats now. It's hard to do new things.
Exactly. Old goats.
All right. So there's that. I got asked to do jury duty. I got a letter in the mail, and you did it as far as like they called you in and then dismissed you from the thing. Right?
Correct. I was in the room where they were going to pick 12 of us, and the two litigants decided to settle. That was the closest I've ever gotten, and I think I've gotten four. What do they call it?
4 notice summons or
4 notice summons. Thank you. 4 summons for jury duty.
Yeah.
Showed up. 2 of them I didn't even have to show up. They didn't call my number. And then the other 2 I did show up. One of them I was just in the outside room, and then the second one I made it to the inside room.
But never like a case, right?
Never actually sat and watched a case. Yeah.
You were never an angry man of 12.
I was never one angry man.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's good. So I've done. This will be my 3rd time. First 2 times, never heard back.
Yep.
This time I submitted it. I did it by mail because I want to make it hard work for them. I didn't want to do the easy online way because that seems like it makes their job easier, not mine. So I filled it out with my bad handwriting because I don't have time for jury. I really don't. Like, we live in a country where that should be almost like, and I do it if I get called up, but it should feel like an honor to do it. Like it's an important part of the society to do it. And I really believe that, but we also have built a society that has made us so if we're not working constantly, we can't make ends meet. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So then them expecting you to come out there and they say, "Oh, we'll give you $18 a day. Don't worry." It's like, come on, man.
Yeah. But you could do a day of jury duty, right?
Yeah,
here it is exactly what happened. Juror number 5, you're not the courtroom artist. Could you please stop drawing the litigants?
I'm just drawing boobs, Your Honor. Can I?
All right, you're dismissed.
Yeah, please dismiss that man on the corner there.
Yeah.
But I even, so in the thing it says, is there any reason why you think it would be trouble to do this? And I wrote, sole income earner for the home. I'm.
Oh, really? You actually get a thing that says why shouldn't you be?
Yeah, they had a whole sub paragraph thing where you could detail the reasons why you would not be suitable. So I just listed all these like practical reasons.
Yeah.
And then filled out the rest, like, never been arrested.
Lack of interest.
Yeah, severe lack of interest in our court system. Well, so we'll see. I mean, I still could get called up, but I don't know. Yeah. I submitted it. And
I want to do it once. I want to experience it once.
where you're in a jury and actually go to trial.
To be in a jury and go through and actually watch a trial, because I think that stuff is fascinating, but I don't want to do it more than once, because I will sit there and I'll be like, oh, I still need to do keyword research for this client. I still need to do a mock-up site for this client. I need to prep this podcast. I need to paint a mini.
Yep. There's a lot. Yeah, you got minis to paint. You can't be doing government work.
Apocalypse ain't gonna paint himself, folks.
No. So anyway, we'll see. If it comes up again, I'll certainly let the show know. But jury duty, what even is it?
You know what you should do is watch the show Jury Duty as prep, so you might know what to do in case James Marsden wants to take a giant shit in your hotel bathroom.
Oh, is that a hint as to?
That's a thing that happens in the TV show Jury Duty, which I still contend is the only reality show I've ever watched that left me feeling better made me feel better as a person after watching it than I did going in.
That actually, I know we've recommended it. There's been other talk about it. That's actually the best endorsement I've heard just now.
Yes.
Okay.
And that is no exaggeration. Anybody who watched it will tell you the same. And here's the extra bonus.
Yeah.
If you watch Jury Duty, your parasite streak continues.
Oh my Lord, look at that. I was hesitant to watch it because just the reality TV and I don't get along.
Oh yeah, no, don't even be concerned about that. Don't be like, oh, is it like punked kind of thing? Because it's absolutely not. It's like the feeling that Kim probably gets from watching Hallmark shows.
Sure. At
the end of like, oh, look, they found love, and she's going to move back from the big city and join him in the small town where she grew up. The way she feels at the end of those is the way you're going to feel at the end of Jury Duty.
Is it Freebie? Is that who has it? Who's got
Freebie?
Okay.
Yep. And then while you're there, you can watch that Greg Garcia. Not Greg Garcia. I keep saying no. It is Greg Garcia. Oh yeah, Amazon Prime has it too. But the Sprung with Dillahunt and
right, the dude.
All the people who've been in My Name Is Earl and
that's that showrunner guy that made all those, right?
It's the same exactly.
It's weird because Freebie is a Prime. Well, it's their commercial thing,
right.
And I do like it when they will put it on both sometimes. So you're saying Jury Duty I can watch commercial free?
Jury Duty you can watch commercial free on Prime.
Nice. That is what I will be doing then. All right. The only other thing I wanted to mention is it just sort of annoyed me, and I thought you might appreciate it given your position in music these days. I don't listen to regular radio that often, but when I do, it's hard to not notice how commercial radio's gotten and how it's just kind of bad.
So bad.
It's really bad. But what made me mad the other day wasn't the number of commercials, wasn't annoying DJs or any of that. It was something a DJ said, but it just annoyed me. He comes on and says, we're continuing this weekend where it's nothing but 90s and 2000s. So right now we're going to listen to, I think it was Tears for Fears, Shout. They played Shout, and I went, right after he said, nothing but 90s and 2000s. Here's Tears for Fears with Shout, and I yelled at the radio. Like, this is not a 90s song.
I believe Songs from the Big Chair was 1985.
Yeah.
1986, maybe.
If we're lucky. Like, it's as mid-80s as you get, and what are you guys doing? Like, what are you freaking... I was so annoyed. I almost called the station. I was so bugged. I was like, but people aren't this stupid, are they? Maybe they are.
Something happens, and I don't know the years.
You guys ever wonder why Brian's film sack intros seem to just roll off his tongue? It's because he's good at this. He's good at this. Anyway, freaking crappy 97.5 or whatever you were. I don't know what I don't know what channel it was, but it just reminded me, like, why am I even... Turn that off. Sync my phone. What are we doing?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's that. We turned off Sirius XM in my car. I was just tired of paying for it. By the way, if you have a Sirius XM subscription, you can cancel via text. You don't even have to call them anymore. And if you think you might want to keep it, but you're paying too much, I think when I quit, I had run out of my great deal they offered me, and they were just doing month to month, and I wasn't paying attention to how much it
what it went up to. Yeah.
How much it went to.
Yeah.
And I think it was like $28 a month or something stupid like that. Exactly. And then I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
I mean, it was no 65,000 gallon leak, but it was still like, whoa, I'm not paying that.
Yeah, it's a lot.
So I did I'm going to cancel, did the text thing, and their little, there was still a person talking to me because they had horrible spelling and grammar.
Yeah.
And they said, well, if you stay with us, how about we take you down to $8 a month, all told?
Oh,
like,
wow. What is this, cable in the 80s? This is crazy. This is
exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, $8 a month. I'm like, oh no, I'm sorry, that's still too much. Sorry, thanks. I just don't want to have it.
Yeah.
Then she came back with, how about $7 a month? Like, you think like they really don't know how to negotiate. You go from $28 down to $8 and then down to $7, maybe like 28 down to 14 and then down to 7 if you're going to do that.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I've done this before where, well, even like when I tried to end my Adobe thing, they were like, well, what if we gave you 2 months free? You know, they all do it, I guess, or a lot of places do it. But it always strikes me as so not disingenuous, but it's just like, well, then give me the deal.
If you can charge that much, charge that much.
Yeah, charge that. Like, I understand the math. Most people just forget it, set it and forget it, and then they just pay out their bum and don't know they're doing it, and they'll never see that money again. I get that, but like, if you really want to win my loyalty as a subscription-based service, like, pipe in once in a while and say, hey, we're going to give you this month for only $8 just because we feel nice. You know, we want to just do a good thing.
Yeah. If the CEO is up there saying, I have enough money, you could probably offer people subscriptions for $7.
Yeah.
Then,
yeah. Like, why not? Why the hell not?
Exactly.
Let's see. Dunaway is almost here. He's pulling up his driveway.
He
says,
had a meeting. So,
it says pulling up to the house now. I don't know if that
cool.
means is he not in the office today? Oh, that must be fun. Don't go.
He had a meeting and he's running home for his lunch hour, I believe.
Gotcha. He wants the fancy mic, is what he wants.
That's right.
I understand how that works.
How many more? One of my friends at trivia last night said, "By the way, you're wrong about Kiss." Like he showed up and I said, "Okay, all right, defend Kiss."
Okay, what was his defense?
His defense was they were incredible performance, live act. And I said, no argument.
Agreed.
Like,
we said that on the air. We actually said that.
We said that on the air. It's like if you see Kiss live, you are getting a way better experience than if you listen to their albums. He says, oh, no, their albums are great. I said, really? Like, name some songs. And he just started naming greatest hits. And I'm like, have you listened to the rest of those albums? Have you listened to the entirety of Rock and Roll All Over, which is one of the worst album titles?
Yeah.
Rock and Roll All Over.
Yeah, it's bad.
Or Dress to Kill, or Dress to Kiss All Dressed. I can't remember what it was.
Sure.
Destroyer has some good songs, but it also has that song that we talked about on Film Sack where it's basically imagine me doing the stuff to you that I'm doing to this microphone on stage. That's like,
yeah, I mean, look, there are plenty of defenders out there. I get it. People have what they like. I get it, but
exactly,
it's okay that we don't like it, you guys. It's fine.
Exactly. But anyway, so he in the end, I don't know if he was able to convince me that he really enjoyed Kiss, or really just enjoyed what Kiss presented themselves as initially, which I think we all liked.
We all liked that. I thought that was badass when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I was super into it.
I have the action figures.
Yeah, those are cool. Yeah.
The question comes up, by the way.
Yeah.
The action figures have hair as opposed to a plastic mold of hair.
Yeah.
Does that make them dolls?
Their
clothes are not removable. Thank God.
Yeah, thank you for that. I appreciate you not letting that cod piece come off of Gene Simmons.
Yeah, exactly. Please, if there's any way to glue it on permanently.
I think it might make it
real hair.
It might make it dolls.
I think so. Yeah.
So we had Kiss dolls. Sue us.
Kiss dolls.
It's fine. I don't feel bad about it. Okay. Here's what I feel good about, though, right here. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the program. Not dying, Dunaway. Brian Dunaway.
Oh, no.
Dunaway.
What the frick? I don't know why I went there. My apologies. Dunaway's
hi.
here. Hey, man, it's good to have you here. Welcome back to the Tadpool feud. I know you've been running around like crazy. Having a go okay day?
I have. I don't have any kissing dolls at all.
Oh,
Is
shit.
that what we're talking about, right?
Yeah, kissing dolls. Yeah, nothing to do with
Kissing
Kiss
dolls.
the band.
Listen,
Just,
and if they are dolls, that's just fine. Nothing's wrong with the boy collecting dolls. Free to Be You and Me told us all that back in when we were in grade school.
Yeah.
or middle school.
I had a Teddy Ruxpin. That was a doll,
yeah,
basically.
That was a doll.
That wasn't a doll. That was a cassette. That was a fuzzy cassette.
That was
recorder.
it was a fuzzy cassette player. Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
Fair point.
Yeah.
Fair point indeed. All right, let's see. We should have somebody ping us. Nobody has yet, though, for today's thing. If you guys want to be in this today and you want to be the fourth voice on the call, why, you gotta pop in with a little bit of hee-haw here and tell me. You gotta send me a DM.
Little Hee Haw. My
Little
whole
Hee Haw.
culture is offended.
That's right. You should be. Send me a DM on Discord, and I'll pull you in. It doesn't matter who you are. In fact, I'll take the first one that does it, because usually we have like 6 or 7 already trying, and right now we got nobody. So
Nobody?
Yeah.
Claire in the chat room says, I wonder if demanding to play with Brian is enough to get pulled in. I don't know.
Oh, look at
I
that.
don't know. I mean, she's a psycho, but we'd take her.
Zoe, how come you never try to get in on this?
Yeah,
Zoe,
what's
come
up
on,
with that?
Get in on this one, would you?
What's up with Zoe and her inability to get in on this one? You know?
And bring all the bacon, would you, for Pete's sakes?
I know, right? All right, we're going to take, our first ping is,
we go.
if I can find it here. Hold on. Why isn't that working? Let me try that
Wait
again.
longer.
Just a
And
moment now.
Things. Okay.
Yeah, this whole thing's taking longer than it should. And there we go. Oh, it looks like we're getting September today. September
Yay!
Oh,
incoming.
9 to 12. What's up?
Yeah, she's not there yet. Now she is.
Oh,
Hello, September. Welcome to July. What are you doing? Hello.
Uh-oh.
Oh, hi. You never hear that joke, right? The whole September, July thing? That never comes up.
No.
No.
Never.
Monthly jokes.
It's
just
the
on a-
weirdest thing. People usually say November. Like, oh,
Yeah,
okay, hi, I'm November. And that's neither before or after directly. So I don't know why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're the only person I know named after that month. I know some Aprils. I know some Mays.
Some May's, a June or two.
Have
you ever been maybe a little attracted to a woman named May and had a little May September romance?
I used to hang out with this woman, April, and I did have a guy try the line like,
Uh-huh.
ooh, I want to be
That's interesting.
June, July, August.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Can I be your August?
Hubba, hubba. Eater. Well, anyway, hey, it's good to have you here. Glad to hear your voice, and we're going to have some fun. Brian, you want to explain the rules and what she might win today?
If I have to. It's time to play the Tadpool feud. I've surveyed the Tadpool on some nerdy topics, and Scott and Brian have to predict the answers that they gave us. It is their job to see how many of those answers they can guess. September, your job is more important than ever because you're going to be working with either Scott or Brian. If your team wins, you get a prize package that includes V Rising and Cook Serve Forever.
Oh, my gosh.
Forever.
Both of these are
Nice
newish
Sandlot
and amazing. V Rising's still in early access, but it is one of my favorite takes on like the survival genre. It's like so different. It's so much fun. If you like vampires at all, it'll suck you in and kill you. It's great.
Nah, suck you in and kill you.
Yeah.
Both of these courtesy of Gamer Checks. Thank you, Gamer Checks, for sending those.
Oh, I
in.
love gamer checks. I used to get games in my checks. Wasn't there a Doom clone in the checks?
There was a Doom clone on floppy disk, or no, CD maybe.
CD. No, I think it was.
Was it a floppy disk?
No, it might have been CD. You might be right.
Might have
I
been
think
a
it might
CD, but yes, they were
That'd be
famous
hilarious
for
putting a floppy disk in there with all those checks.
Oh
Yeah,
God,
pretty
all the
nightmare.
little crumbs going right into the
Yeah,
little.
that. Yeah,
I didn't think checks was sugary enough for a prize.
I know, right?
Right, no prize.
right.
That's why you needed the prize.
That's true. Yeah, so this is great. Let's do it. Let's try to win these for her because these are great games.
Yes. All right. Well, then in that case, put your hands on your buzzers and give your best answer to this. We asked 385 Tadpoolers, what is your favorite Monty Python sketch?
Don't!
Scott.
The dead parrot one.
Show me dead parrot. Number one answer on the board. No answers can beat it. That means you get September's assistance, Scott, or September you get Scott's assistance. I don't know.
Yeah,
how
whichever
this
way
whole
makes
thing
you feel
works.
better. I don't know which one. Go ahead.
A little point of clarification. A bunch of people maybe 29 of them to call them out. A bunch of people did this.
They're good people, both sides, both sides.
Both sides.
Oh
did
no! Now 2 of you are doing it. Oh no!
Put things like The Life of Brian.
No, that's not a.
Or
that's
Monty
a
Python
movie.
and the Holy Grail.
Yeah, that
so I'm
doesn't
just
work.
gonna say I took those out. But if it was a movie that contained, like it was a movie made up of sketches, and they named one of those sketches, I kept it in. So those are your caveats.
Okay.
Caveats.
Fair
Whether
enough.
or not they made it into the top 10, who knows? But that said, actually, I think I might have left one here that. Never mind. Okay, keep going. Let's see how you do.
We'll see how we do. September, how do you feel about the argument clinic? I like that one a lot.
That's tricky.
That's a good one.
What do you think? You want that? You want something else?
Like the Ministry of Silly Walks.
There you go.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah,
That was the top one. That was top of my head.
yeah, I love that one. Goose stepping with.
Is that the one you're going with?
We'll
thought that
go
would've
with
been
that.
number
We'll do
one.
the funny walks thing.
Cool. All right. Show me the Ministry of Silly Walks.
Number
That's
2.
my
Two
favorite.
answer on the board.
Nicely done. Jeez. All right.
The parrot's okay.
I'm going to let September continue. You know what's up
I
here.
love Monty Python.
Good.
Oh, you're gonna win either way.
This
Then
is
that's
a good.
great.
This is a good episode to have you on.
Yeah,
A good game to have you on.
Yeah. What else you like?
What would other people? Are songs in there? I mean, I guess most of them start with a skit and then.
Yeah, a lot of
launch
them like lumberjack.
Like the lumberjack
Yeah,
song.
lumberjack is both a skit and a song, I would say. So I'd say the lumberjack song
good
or
one, too.
skit. Yeah, that's a good one.
good one.
Let's
That's a
do
great
that,
one.
Brian.
I think what's going to make the list is ones that people like. If you say it, they
They
can
know it.
start quoting it, right?
Yes, right. Exactly. All right. So lumberjack song.
Yeah.
Lumberjack
Show me I'm a lumberjack and I'm okay.
Yeah.
Number
Oh,
6.
Some good
Good
points
points.
there. I like those points.
Yep.
I'm going to go ahead and throw in the well, let's do argument. The argument thing has to be in here. That's got to be.
Yeah, that was like the other one we said earlier.
Let's do that. Let's put it in.
Argument clinic. All
Yep.
right. Show me argument clinic.
Yeah.
I might be doing this in my free time. Number 5.
I love that one. The one the one specifically on the final ripoff double CD version of that skit, which is just an audio version, is the best. by
Really?
far.
Oh, I need to hear that one.
It's so good. So good.
It's funny with the parrot sketch. When I was in junior high school, I had this crush on a guy who really, really, really liked it, but he had trouble. He was trying to memorize it, and I typed it up
You
for
transposed it for him. Wow. Transcribed
him.
it.
With a typewriter. Yeah.
Right.
Okay, the cheese shop.
Oh
The
yeah, I love the
cheese
cheese
shop.
shop.
Cheese shop. The cheese shop where the guy doesn't have any cheese, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I actually watched that one
brilliant.
this morning when I was
did you?
putting this one together. Yep.
Oh,
It's
nice.
so
All right.
classic.
It is. Show me the cheese shop.
Oh,
really?
how is that possible?
Even though I watched it, it wasn't didn't make the top 10. Cheese shop was number 13.
Okay.
Okay.
Again, the final ripoff CD is the best version of that one too. I think their
Really?
audio, their
Okay.
audio kind of radio versions of things. For some reason, those
Yeah.
really hit.
Oh,
what it is.
yes. Okay, in that case, I do know that's the one I've heard because you don't get the audience laughter. You get just the jokes.
Yeah.
It's really well done.
There's a really high quality audio, and there's still sound effects like the sound of him moving through an office or doing whatever. There's a few like that, and they're all very good. They're all on YouTube, by the way, which is nice. All right, Brian. I guess
right.
it's in your lap now.
6 answers left on the board. Brian, what you got?
So cover most of the ones I remember really well. But you kind of clued into one earlier that makes me want to say it. It's where you're talking. Well, you said it might have been part of one of the movies. And if I know the tadpole, everyone always references, but a flesh wound.
Oh,
You know, the black
yep.
knight. Yeah, the knight. So, I mean,
it's sketchy. It's a
Okay.
sketchy sketch.
Is
It's like
that-
a
would that
sketch
be
in a
considered
film.
Right. All right. Yeah. Let's go on that. Let's go
Right.
that route.
Okay.
Yes.
Show me tis but a flesh wound.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we
number
go.
4.
Black
So
Knight. Okay.
that was the only one, and I'll just tell you right now, that's the only one from Life of Brian or Monty Python, The Holy Grail
Right.
that I kept because so many people said that, even though It's not
Everybody
a
knows
separate
that one
sketch.
from the
It's
Holy Grail.
it's just a great part of that movie. But
Does that include a Meaning of Life or no?
I consider that to be a movie made of sketches.
Okay, so that could still play a
Actually,
role.
I don't think anybody doesn't consider that movie to be made up of sketches. It's a movie made up of sketches.
For sure. And not only that, there's sketches that are from the show that got moved over. Like
Really? I didn't
some
know
some
that.
of those
I
got
thought they were
blown
all-
up. Some of them were like short, smaller things that got. Remember this sex class thing?
Yeah, the sex education where he demonstrates.
There's
I'm now
kind of.
entering my wife. Good,
It's
good
a much
show,
it's a
honey.
much more rated R version of it, but the TV show had a little something. But anyway, all
Watch
right,
as I
Brian.
fondle the breasts.
I miss those guys together.
I
I
do
do
too.
too.
Yeah.
All
All
right.
right. So that's my problem. I don't remember necessarily the names of the sketches. Can I just describe the
Yeah, you
the
can
one?
describe-
Yeah.
You could describe the sketch and I'll tell
Now the
you,
one that
but
made
yeah.
me and my friends laugh, and it's specifically one friend. There was like a fish slapping that was taking place.
I
So
know
the
that one.
fish slapping.
Fishy.
Sure, the fish
Yeah,
slapping.
fishy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Separate. No, that's different. That the fish.
Oh,
Fish. No. I'm going to go with.
Okay,
I'm
go ahead.
saying what you picked, Brian. But
Yeah,
okay,
I'm
okay.
wrong.
There's the
I'm wrong.
Fishy. Where is the fish? That was a little
Right.
interlude from Meaning of Life.
Yeah.
Still
I'm
one-
getting them
such
too
a
mixed
great-
up now. Thanks,
are.
Scott.
One of my favorite effing things they ever made.
It's so damn
Jesus.
bizarre.
Yeah.
Yeah. Show me the fish slapping dance.
Oh, it's a dance. Okay.
It's a dance, and it's number
It is a
9
dance.
in the list.
Jesus,
Nice.
it's been like since high school and college since I watched all these things, man. It's been forever.
Just like that, you are within 1 point striking distance.
Oh, really?
I'm kidding. Just
Wow.
your two
Wow.
answers. Yeah, your two answers caught you up with no problem.
Yeah. All right.
That's all right. I have a feeling that you guys can run this board. I have
I
a very
I think
strong
with
feeling.
yeah, but not probably me, because man, it's been like I said, it's been how many years has that been? 20 years since I've done that.
Oh gosh.
Oh,
gosh.
geez, you should do that more. They're good.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm trying to remember most of these ones we said before. Oh, Jesus. I
That makes me want to watch Life of Brian when you said that.
feel like I am slacking off here.
All you have to say is
I
Jesus.
feel like I'm
and
slacking
like,
off
all
here. No. Oh, wait. I know.
Okay.
Spam.
Spam.
right. Oh, spam. I thought you said
Spam.
Yeah.
I knew there was another one in there.
Potatoes and spam.
Spam.
All right.
No, I'm screwed.
Show me spam.
Spam.
Number
Yes.
3.
Now you're ahead by
Taking
2.
the lead.
You bastard.
Taking the lead. Well, I hope y'all don't get any more because. Let me think. Jesus. Oh God, I don't know. I can't remember anything else. Those are the one. Let's see. Dead Parrot mysteriously walks. Spam. Black Knight. You said no more really from the movies. That's too
Yeah.
bad because I keep thinking of things from
Yeah.
Holy Grail, which I've seen probably the most.
Well, keep in mind, you said no movies except possibly.
Yeah,
Meaning
the
of
Black
Life.
Knight. I'll say just Black Knight is the only one from Life of Brian and Holy Grail, but I do consider Meaning of Life to be a collection of sketches, so
Yeah.
it
Right.
might be something from there. But no, I mean,
All I
it
can
might be
think
something
of-
there in the list.
I
It may
keep
not be the
getting-
top 10.
Right.
All
right.
I can think of Kids in the Hall now for some reason. I can't stop thinking.
Fresh in your head. Yeah.
Not even that. The dang of it was Citizen Kane, and he stabs him with the fork.
Oh yeah, that is
So I'm
definitely
gonna
Kids
go
in the
with
Hall. That is,
Citizen Kane because I can't think of anything else. I could just really stall forever.
it's all right. Maybe
can't
somebody
remember.
did it by accident. Maybe it's.
Show
in
me
there.
a
Why am I-
thing from a whole different sketch comedy troupe.
All right, I really like. No one expects the Spanish Inquisition. That has to be on here.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to
Oh, is that
All right,
we
good.
didn't already say Spanish? Dang it!
Nobody said the
Oh,
Spanish Inquisition
Jesus.
yet. Yes.
Oh,
that was
of course
another one I watched this
Dang
morning
it.
to refresh my memory because it's so good.
The comfy
Yeah.
Oh, I
chair.
did not expect the Spanish Inquisition. No one expects. All right, show me the Spanish Inquisition.
Okay.
Yeah, number 7.
All right, puts us back in the lead there. September.
It does. 2
Okay,
more
wink,
answers
wink, nudge,
on
nudge.
the board.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. That's
Oh,
a
wink,
good one.
wink, nudge, nudge. God
Know what I mean?
bless
Know what I mean?
America.
Yeah, I
No,
love
wife,
that one.
does she go? Does she go?
Does she
Wink,
go?
wink, nudge,
Wink,
nudge.
wink,
Know what I mean?
Know what I mean? Know what I mean?
Show me nudge, nudge.
Oh
Oh,
shit!
really?
Yeah,
Are you kidding?
number 16.
Oh, what
on
am I
the
doing?
list.
What am I doing? I can look at the chat room, can I?
You can.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Rick. Frick.
Oh yeah, I should.
Oh, that's
done
right.
that.
I never look at them. I
Say
should
no
look at
more.
them.
No, say
Yeah.
no ways.
It always
because
feels wrong.
They can just tell you what they would pick.
Said.
They
Some-
can't
yeah.
tell you what ended up as the top 10.
They keep saying parrot. They're like, oh, dude, we did parrot the very
did
first
it.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Done.
Right
And a
off
lot
the
of
bat.
them. Oh, Claire's saying something. I bet she does. What is that? I don't remember that one. What is?
No, that's
You know
same
what?
as nudge
She-
nudge.
No, bet she does. Bet she
Oh,
does.
that's
what I
reference
mean.
to the-
Yeah, it's the
nudge,
same
nudge,
one.
nudge, yeah, that's the whole stuff. Yeah.
Does she go?
Does she go? Oh,
What's
we
it like?
did. You did say. Oh, is it Eric the fish? Is that like because you told me earlier? Because I get no, that wasn't it. Is that wait a minute?
Fishy fish.
I left.
No one, no.
You're not helping me, Annie.
Where the fish does
Sharon's not helping me,
go?
Annie. I don't even. They're just throwing random things.
No, I
Claire
will
saying thug grannies. I'm going with thug grannies. That
All
sounds
right.
like a good
Oh
one.
yeah, the Granny
Yeah,
Gang.
I actually do
sure.
remember that one.
Yeah,
Yep. All
that's
right.
a good one.
I do remember
Show
that one.
me the what are they called? Badass grannies or something?
Badass grannies.
Not they're not badass grannies, but show me that one. The fact that I can't even come up with the name of it is probably a bad sign. Hell's Grannies was the
Hell's
Oh,
Grannies.
Hell's
Grannies, and it was
That's
like
right. God, this is like way in the recesses of my brain.
Oh,
Good Lord.
I got it then. Because we keep, it's the Mr. Creosote guy, the barfer guy from Meaning of Life. That's everyone thinks of that all the time.
Sure. All right.
Mint,
Okay.
just a mint.
Yeah, just a mint.
It's just wafer thin.
Is it
so
wafer
wafer
thin?
thin mint.
Oh,
That thing scarred
right.
me as a kid, but I grew
Oh
on
my
me.
God! All the vomit.
Yeah.
That would make me want to continue a vomit streak.
Yeah.
My
Show
mother
me.
walked out of the theater.
Better get a bucket. I'm gonna throw up. Okay.
Yeah.
oh, there
Ten.
you go. Good.
I think
Good.
that seals the
'Cause
deal.
I don't got nothing else. Let's go back to the chat room again.
That
Yep,
seals the
exactly.
deal on
like
score.
September is one, but there's one answer left. I
Excellent.
wonder if you guys can come up with it.
I do remember Twit Olympics. That was good. Claire said that too. That was a really good one.
Well, it's not your guess.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
definitely.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. I take it back.
You're definitely right. So September. Anything else? Like I'm trying to think of anything else that would be like there's so many I love that no one's gonna do. There's that bookstore one. I love that one, but there's no way nobody did that. That's just too.
Yeah, and like my favorites have been covered,
Yeah, kind of all the stuff I can
and
think
a lot
of.
of like the Nights Who Say Neat keeps coming in my head, and I'm just like,
Yeah,
well,
yeah, but that's
like
for the-
Brian, and
Yeah.
so we know it's not in there.
Yeah,
That's no ordinary rabbit, you know.
Yeah.
yeah. Oh my gosh, you're making me just want to watch all this shit.
I know because they're so damn good.
It's so
Now I'm
funny.
getting
Yeah, I
my
think
Brian
that's
fixed up
totally
with
good.
Holy Grail. Holy shnikes. I can't. God, it's been too long.
I know it's been a bit.
Where is Flying Circus streaming? That's what I need to know.
Right.
Netflix has it.
Are you gonna try and watch some of it really
I
quick?
need
Is
help.
that what
Yeah, I'll be right
No,
back.
I'm just
I'll be right
like-
back.
It's in the mode, so it'll be all right.
You guys, the chat
Funniest
thinks.
joke in the world.
Oh, that one's not bad. The "Sit on My
It
Face"
seems like it
song
would
is in there,
belong
but
in the-
I don't know if "Sit on My Face" is going to make the list. Maybe. But
All right.
let's go with hers. Let's do hers.
All right. Show me the "Sit on My Face" song. Sit on my face.
Experiment Sacred is a better song.
Damn
Nope.
it. All right, Brian.
And you can't lose because if I get this, you win, and if I don't get it, you win.
Yeah.
So
That's
perfect.
right. Yeah,
So,
you can't
yeah.
lose. And I will say that the Tadpool does know what that last one is. They've mentioned it.
Really, really.
Okay. Twit Olympics still. I think I'm gonna. So I'm gonna finally say it right.
The upper class twit of the year.
That's-
is the,
that's right,
is
that's
the,
right.
sketch. All right. Show me upper class twit of the year. No. Yeah. Let's see. Win Magus, Matuba, Claire, Red Links.
Oh,
It
the
is
funniest
in
joke, is
fact
that-
the funniest joke
Oh,
in the world.
okay.
Oh,
Which is weaponized.
that's right.
Like
That's what I just said.
Oh, did you say it? Did you
Isn't
did?
that what I just said? The funniest joke.
I don't know. Did you for one of our
Because that
turns?
should be
you never mentioned it as a guess.
Okay.
No.
No.
okay.
Okay. Review the
Let me
tape.
rephrase that. You guys never gave it as a final answer. You may have thrown it out, but
Yeah. But the important thing is it doesn't matter because you won.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. You
Yes.
still win.
That's what our
You still
last
win.
guess was. But yeah, I mean, I know.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Scott picked "Sit on My Face" for when you suggested the funniest joke in the world. Scott picked
Scott.
"Sit on My Face."
Oh yeah. Then
We
I said
still
go
won.
with hers, and you said sit on my face, and I think it got confused. But it doesn't matter because you won. Look at that. Look at all that. You won.
Yay.
Brian, what were some other ones on here? What else did we have?
Yeah. So the other ones, let's see. Bring Out Your Dead didn't count. Nights You Say Knee didn't count. 4 Yorkshiremen, which I counted. Only a few people said it, but it actually came from a pre-Monty Python skit that some of the guys did, and it was written by Marty Feldman.
Oh, weird.
Philosophers Playing Soccer. Always Look on the Bright Side of Life doesn't count. Bicycle Repairman, which was really funny.
Yeah.
Blancmange is Playing Tennis. Crunchy Frog, which I thought would be
Crunchy
higher.
Frog. Yeah, that's right.
Crunchy Frog is a great one. Dirty Fork.
Dirty Fork. That's what
guy
I was
brings
thinking of. Dirty Fork.
It's such a
That's
great
the
one.
reason
and
why I
only,
couldn't get out of my brain.
only a couple people brought up Dirty Fork, and I think that's
Wouldn't
such
matter.
a funny one because it starts out as like, oh, sorry, there's a spot on my fork, and turns into like
That's why I was getting it freaking confused with
the
other
whole
freaking-
restaurant shutting down.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Airspeed of a Swallow, an iguana just fell out of a tree.
Yeah.
Castle Anthrax, nope. Clip Clop, Clumping Horses, all those things, nope, because that's all
okay.
part of the meeting or Holy
Life-
Grail.
Yeah.
Yeah, with Cargill.
Fruit Self Defense, Gumby Florist.
What is that one? That sounds great.
I like Julia Child's Finger Bleed. Yeah, that was Dan Aykroyd on
I was
SNL.
going to say, what is that?
Yeah, definitely
So
not this.
how do I get caught up with all this stuff? I haven't watched any. in
Somebody said
years.
Netflix.
It's
that,
Netflix,
That,
Netflix.
that Netflix has all.
It's on
the
Netflix
funny
if you
stuff.
want
It
that
does-
album I talked about. That whole thing's on YouTube, Apple Music, Spotify.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
good. That album is if you want something you just listen to, it's so good. Oh my god.
It's amazing that what has it been like 20, almost probably 30 years since I've watched most of these things, and most of them are still in my head.
Yeah.
Jeebus.
That's how powerful those dudes were, man.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the greatest comedy troops of all time. Undoubtedly. Well, look at this. Look at this right here.
Congratulations. You're a winner.
That means you won September, and you don't even have to wait till your month of day or your month name to get your prizes. Brian's going to send those to you right away, and you'll be the proud winner of those things. And when we get our core server back up for V Rising, you should get in there because it's a really fun game. Oh, you should play on your own too, but it's very good. September, anything to say about your big win while you're doing the dishes there?
She's doing her own fork skit.
Hello?
Did she hang up? I thought she hung up and then she come back.
Oh,
She did. She hung up and then she came back.
Oh, she's
and,
back.
She doesn't know she's still on here.
are you on here? Do you know? Well, she's gone now.
She pocket down his back and is doing it. Son of a bitch, she can't believe you lost her order. Just do some dishes. Gonna get this out of my system.
That's right. I'm gonna do these dishes and take this trash out. Congratulations to her and to you, Brian Dunaway, for being such a good sport, even though you lost twice this week. Nice job.
Oh, geez. I forgot I
Wow.
lost Monday. Oh.
Yeah.
Wow, just wow.
Yeah. I'm not gonna
Right?
we only keep track for the week, right? So next week, fresh
Oh,
start.
no.
Oh, you want to keep it? Okay. I'll keep it going.
We keep track of the pettiness is what we keep.
That's how we do. But we don't let it show on our awesome show called Play Retro, which will happen later today. Now you're thinking to yourselves at home, what could they possibly be doing next? We've decided to throw some love at PC players, go back to the year 1994, the early 90s, and look at a little game known as Warcraft, Orcs versus Humans, or Orcs and Humans.
That was the first one. I never played it.
Yep, I did, like crazy. I also played 2 a lot, Tides of Darkness, and all the expansions. And we'll even get into a little bit of 3. But basically what we're doing is we're saying, what was life before World of Warcraft? What were these games like? These RTSs of old, these very influential games. And you'll be surprised about how cheesy some of this stuff is.
I've been shocked at the number of people who have never played 1. There's a lot of people who played 2.
Yeah, 2
Even
is
more
huge.
people who played 3, and of course, everybody's played WoW, right? Everybody still played WoW.
Yeah.
Everybody.
You guys want to hear early Chris Metzen as the voice of Thrall? Check this out.
Sure.
It's right here.
What kind of nightmare was that?
What sort of
Speaking of Thrall, I even played a little bit of that Warcraft Adventures.
Oh, did you get a hold? How'd you get a hold of that? I didn't know that was leaked. Or-
Oh, I'll send it to you. It was someone put it out there. Totally not finished. Didn't it was 97, 98, one of those adventure games.
Yeah, it got
where
canceled.
everybody was hyped about. Yeah, and it got canceled. And it was pretty good ways along the way in development. Is certainly subpar, but It was interesting.
That's how they did
Kinda fun.
games. The games that get canceled at Blizzard, they're always almost done, and then they cancel them.
I was going to say that mobile game that they announced last year that was like a lanes kind of thing.
Well, that's still coming. That's in beta, but it's coming. That's still coming.
Well, I'd like it to beta. I'd like the beta to come to me.
You'd like that to be on your phone right now.
I'd like to play that. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I feel you. I don't know what's
It's been
taking them
over
so
a
long.
year since it got announced, right?
I'll bet you money. This is just a guess. But with
Money.
BlizzCon coming back, they'd love to have a thing to say, and it's out now. I'll bet they put it out.
Oh, and it's downloading. You look under your chairs. You get a app download. You get an app download.
If you have a phone,
It'll be a QR code stuck to the bottom of every chair.
Yep, everyone will have to figure out how to take pictures underneath the chairs.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're gonna do that.
This is my crotch.
We're going to do that today right around 4 p.m. So check it out live at frogpants.tv, or you can check the podcast out after. Make sure you subscribe to Play Retro and tell all your friends, because it's a fun show about old games, and we love bringing it to you. Dunaway, anything else you want to say?
I know that was about it. I'm looking forward to it tonight. Let's do it.
Kiss
No,
my butt.
you.
All right. Off he goes.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's that.
That means time for a break. When we come back, Tom Merritt will be joining us, because that's what he does on Wednesdays. And he shares with us the latest in technology news and information. We'll do recommentals after that. But before that, song break with Brian.
Yeah. So singer named Trevor Hall, I just basically made an abbreviation of his name, celebrates his inner creativity with a new song called Shake It Out. He's got a brand new studio album called Trevor Hall and the Great In-Between. Comes out September 15th. Oh, hey, September. Look at that. We brought you back. Yeah. He is touring with the California Honey Drops. That tour actually, I think, is wrapping up this weekend. So if you have not seen Trevor Hall, after hearing this song, you might say, oh my gosh, I need to go see him live. Well, then you can. So there you go.
Nice.
They will be touring again in September after the release of the album. So you can go to the Cascade Equinox Festival in Redmond, Oregon and see them again. Here is Trevor Hall and the brand new song, Shake It Out.
Don't look now, ladies, but these girls are trying to get their fat down, to put it plainly, and this is how they do it in the States.
I beat the living shit out of a sniveling little runt called Pinky Bandinsky, who had the gall to question my virility.
And we're back from the break. Tell me again who that was, please.
Yeah, that is Trevor Hall and a song called Shake It Out from his upcoming album, Trevor Hall and the Great In-Between.
Watch for all of that in
Yes.
September.
Yes.
All right. Tom Merritt incoming. We're going to have a good time.
Talk some tech.
Talking tech.
This is Tommy's room, and he's thinking about his room. Can you guess what he's thinking?
No, I can't guess at all. But he'll tell us right now because Tom Merritt's with us. Hi, Tom.
Well, hello. I should turn on my camera so you can
look
see
at this.
me.
I'd love to see
Yeah,
Tom.
there.
Hell yeah, look at you.
Oh, you look pensive.
He looks
What am I
very
thinking
pensive.
about?
You look like you're thinking about tech.
the thinker. Yeah.
I've been thinking a lot about Microsoft and Activision Blizzard lately.
Oh, same here. Been a lot going on with them. They were supposed to have a deadline yesterday. Guess that got bumped. Officially, right? We're gonna wait.
Yeah.
till-
So the way that works is you have these deadlines because the shareholders agree. Okay, we'll do this if you pay us this much, and we don't want you walking away from the deal if it gets tricky or whatever, which it has in this case. So they put in penalties. Famously, T-Mobile got paid by AT&T a breakup fee because AT&T wasn't able to get regulatory approval. So usually it's the person or the company that wants to buy says, we feel confident that we'll get regulatory approval and we'll pay a fee if we don't.
Right.
It also stops you from just like whimsically going like, changed our mind, and you've wasted a lot of time and money.
Right.
So that breakup fee was part of the deadline that was July 18th. However, if you can get both sides to agree, then you can change that deadline, right? The contract isn't usually written to say, and if July 18th passes, well, that's it. No other options. You can alter the deal, but you have to get both sides to agree. Now, there's some pressures against doing that. It's not an easy thing because the company being acquired might say, well, if you need more time, you're going to have to increase the price because it's been 2 years since you made your first, offer, and we're more valuable than we were back then. Vice versa, the acquiring company might say you're worth less and try to drive the price down.
Right.
That's not the case. In this case, both Activision Blizzard shareholders and Microsoft shareholders want the deal to happen. And they both feel confident that the deal can happen. They just know we need to have more time because the UK Competition and Markets Authority set a new deadline to end their investigation August 29th. So what they're saying is, it looks like we can convince the UK. Let's also extend our deadline. So they actually extended it all the way to October 28th. However, they structured it in a new way. Before, it was if it's not done by July 18th and somebody walks away from the deal, that company that walks away has to pay $3 billion. However, they have now in this new deal put in 3 deadlines. So it's $3 billion until August 29th, at which point it goes up to $3.5 billion. And on September 15th, it goes up to $4.5 billion. The reason you do that is just, it's not because they don't trust each other. It's just good practice to say, look, we want to focus everyone's minds. We also want to be able to tell the regulators, hey, we've got actual consequences if this doesn't get done. So they've built in a schedule that says, all right, UK, you've got till August 29th, after which we're going to suffer if this falls apart. Yeah. So let's get this done by August 29th. It kind of puts the pressure on everybody to get it done by August 29th. However, if the UK says, all right, we agree on your deal, but we have got paperwork, we have procedures we have to follow, so it's going to take longer than August 29th, the longer deadline allows them to go like, okay, this deal's definitely going to happen. We just need to file the paperwork. So we don't need to extend the deadline again. We'll risk the increased breakup fee to pass August 29th in order to file it and get it all done. The other thing that they added to this new deal is specifically saying that Activision Blizzard could carve out parts of its business in order to get a deal done. The reason that's significant is if the UK says, you know what, no, we're not going to approve this deal at all. This specifically makes it possible for Microsoft to acquire everything but Activision Blizzard in the UK.
Right.
And that way they don't need the UK's approval because the UK part of Activision Blizzard would stay separate from the rest of it. That would be a mess, don't get me wrong, but it's technically possible. And that's another thing that they can now hold over the heads of like, you don't want us to do this, do you? I mean, that's an option for us. So this is all negotiating tactics to get everything done.
You think but hurdles over here are done. They're not going to press any more appeals.
No.
The FTC's done. They're out.
They're not technically done in the United States. The United States FTC has an evidentiary hearing in front of an administrative judge on August 2nd.
Okay.
There's a small chance that throws all of this out, which is another reason why you want that October 28th deadline. You want a nice long amount of time in case something unexpected happens. Everyone expects that the FTC will lose its case in front of the administrative judge because they didn't get the preliminary injunction. Last week, the judge said, I don't think you're going to win in front of the administrative judge, so I'm not going to give you an injunction. It seems pretty likely you're going to lose. And everybody agrees, but we still have to wait for August 2nd to happen to find out if on the off chance they win, all of this gets torn apart and we've got a whole new situation. The likelihood is that the FTC will lose that, and then that will be done and will be focused on August 29th, unless the FTC tries to appeal that to the Supreme Court or something, which with Lena Khan in charge, you never can rule that out.
Yeah, I guess my just from a perspective thought, this is literally the little company that made DOS buying the company that made Pitfall Harry. Like if you go back to those times where those two things were relevant, this would make no sense to me, especially in the numbers.
When you make it pare it down to its skeleton, it sounds really funny.
Yeah,
actually.
and if you start throwing that number around, like $60+ billion, you're just like, what are we? What future is that? Like it makes no sense to anybody back then, but boy, it makes sense now. And it's interesting just to see such a high-profile case, like I'm hearing this case be talked about by people who have zero interest or connection or coverage of video games. It's just about, hey, this is a gigantic corporate thing that everybody's got their eyes on, and it took up a bunch of government time, and that's interesting on its own. And I don't know, I find it I find it all kind of fascinating because at the end of the day, yeah, it's just going to be selling a bunch of video games and subscriptions, and we're all going to have controllers in our hands, and it's just it's just a weird coming together of like serious international law life and video games. I don't know, it's nuts.
My take on it too is I've seen some people say like, wow, they're in a hurry to get this done. And I'm like, that's hilarious. It's been 2 years. like this thing has been dragging out forever. But they are in a hurry to get it done now because gosh, you don't want it to go on any longer if you can help it. I think that Sony is to blame for this coming down to the wire and going over deadline.
Yeah.
Sony fought extra hard, lobbied extra hard, pushed legislatures, push representatives to really get them to fight this down to the last minute. And the signifying thing for me is that earlier this week, I guess over the weekend, Sony signed the 10-year deal exclusive for Call of Duty. Or not exclusive, but the 10-year deal that said it will not be exclusive. So that if this merger goes through, Call of Duty will be available for the PS5 for at least 10 years. And that was the big thing is Sony was saying, wow, they'll pull Call of Duty. And no, we're not going to sign that deal because we don't think this deal should happen at all. Yeah. They finally caved.
Yeah.
So with Sony reducing the pressure, they're no longer pressuring. I think the UK is going to come to a decision. My guess is we're likely to see the FTC lose on August 2nd, and then we will have a deal by August 29th. There's a 52% chance, I think, that it doesn't close on the 29th because of paperwork, because the UK will be like, well, we still have to process the investigation, and it closes sometime in September.
I'm just trying to imagine the temperature in the room in Sony's corporate offices. They sign that thing. They're all grumpy about it. They go out and drink sake all night, get really drunk. I got it all figured out in my head. I can see the whole thing.
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah. There's a lot of somber faces. We tried.
I can't believe we have to sign this.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, that is going to be a great conversation today as we continue down that road, but also more stuff in the world of tech. That'll all happen today on the Daily Tech News Show, 2 p.m. Mountain Time. I'll be there. It's Wednesdays. I love being on them Wednesdays. Be there for a bonus show after for the month, which is also
that's
very
right.
fun.
If you're a patron at the co-executive producer level or above, you'll get that bonus show with Scott.
Yeah, why not? Tom, anything else going on you can tell folks about?
Android Faithful had its second episode yesterday. If you're an Android fan or Android curious, you by all means check out androidfaithful.com. It is the spiritual successor to All About Android, hosted by Ron Richards and Huan-Tui Dao, and Michelle is on it as well, if you remember him. And it's great. It's good to see those folks talking Android still, having a good time doing it. Great crowd showing up for the live show. Lots of people subscribe to the podcast, so if you haven't joined them yet, go do it. androidfaithful.com.
DailyTechNewsShow.com, everybody. Thanks, Tom. We'll see you soon.
See you, Tom.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd call myself Android curious. I dabbled a little bit with Android in college, but...
I mean, look, if you're saying fully functional...
No.
adult female
robot... I don't
robot,
think I'm ready to say that, but yeah, you know...
Yeah, no, it's kind of cool, though, because I think a lot of people thought that when it ended at Twit, they just thought, well, that'll be the end of that. And then, nope, it's got new life over there on the Daily Tech News Show.
For them. Now you're talking serious, and I agree with you, yes.
Yeah, it's very nice. Let's get into some movie recommendations, television, that kind of stuff. You know?
Yeah.
I think there's a real chance for some winners here this week. If I can just find all these names. Here we go. Let's add them to the
I think there's
call.
a chance for both winners and losers.
Yeah. Brian's got a bit of a mechamental.
Yes.
I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, but whatever.
I don't know.
But let's find out together as I play this intro right here.
Well, what do you recommend?
That lovely refrain is a reminder that we watch things on streaming services and then come to the show and tell you what you should be maybe watching or avoiding sometimes. We're going to do that again today. And with us so far is Randy. Hi, Randy. Hello.
Good morning stream. Hello.
Hi.
I am doing really well. As you know, I was the curator of the Monty Python-a-thon at college. And that was 24 hours of Monty Python that I put on every semester in an auditorium. And those that was all on VHS. And I still have those VHS tapes in a box in the garage.
I did not know that you did this. Did you do this in like in a venue, or like what'd you do?
Like we got permission to use a biology lecture hall and projector and a VHS machine, whatever those were called, VCR.
Right.
And we showed 24 hours of Monty Python.
Good. Oh, yeah, that's awesome.
That's really
great.
And
there were way more than 24 hours of Monty Python, so it was always fun to try to like figure out what you were going to show and in what order.
Sure.
For your morning feud, for your feud this morning, I could have gotten at least 8 of the 10 by just naming the sketches that are in Monty Python Live at the Hollywood Bowl. That was like the greatest hits.
I mean, it's a reason. Exactly. It's like name Michael Jackson songs. Well, now that we've covered Thriller.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, it's good to have you back. Also, Nicole Spag joining us. Hello, Nicole.
I finally figured it out. I was having trouble with Discord on my iPhone. I don't know why it gets all wonky. But
I could tell. Yeah.
It's
work.
Some of the settings can be weird depending on how your phone's set. But yeah, it's good to hear you though. You sound great. You're on your phone right now. You sound good.
Yeah, I'm always on my phone. I got tired of messing with a mic. So
yeah, you don't want to yell. You don't want to have to yell for Mark every time you got to get on a computer.
No.
Straight phone or AirPod Pros or something with it. What do you?
Just the set that they give you.
Just the handset?
Like the corded set.
Yeah. The earbuds.
Nice. You sound great.
Yeah, you sound really good.
Oh, thanks.
As good as ever.
Hey, did Randy tell you that we saw each other?
No, not yet.
Saw the photo.
He got to witness my kids at their worst.
Yeah. Oh, really? Oh, awesome.
We had lunch at Dick Church in Costa Mesa, and it was a really good lunch in a really good place, and the Spags were a little tired.
Yeah.
We were all we had a blitz of theme parks, and the kids were I was like, they're just not themselves. Yeah. And Ava fell asleep, and she was cranky. It was a whole thing. And I was just like,
did it
oh
all.
My God.
Yeah. Right? Like you did both Disney parks and Universal?
We went to Universal first, and then we did that for a day.
Mario
and then
business, yeah.
Went to an amazing breakfast place called the Breakfast Club. And it was right on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. And it was the old Hollywood. So I have to tell you this. I found Frank Sinatra's star. I couldn't take a picture of it because there was an old guy singing karaoke of like Rosemary Clooney.
What?
It was the weirdest.
That is weird.
It was the weirdest.
That's really
thing.
funny.
In a place called the Breakfast Club.
LA. So
was there a nerd, a jock, a rebel, and a princess?
Their specialty is dry Captain Crunch with dandruff flakes sprinkled on top of it.
Oh, good reference.
They really did do it all. You're absolutely right. Like the only thing they could have done more since they flew in and out of San Diego was like go to Legoland and SeaWorld.
Oh yeah,
we did that last time, and I will never go to Legoland again.
Really?
That place is just the worst.
What's worse?
What's
bad about it?
Small children. If you have really small children, it's made for toddler-sized children.
Oh, really? Okay.
It's just a frenzy, and it gets kids in a state of, I don't know. It's almost like them watching or playing Roblox. Like it just gets them.
Like you could just give them a box of Legos and they'd get the same enjoyment, the same entertainment out of it, basically.
No, it's the rides. The rides.
Oh, the rides. Okay.
Like it's very carnival-like at Legoland. They're trying to get you to play the games, and I felt very harassed at Legoland.
Yeah.
All the kids are crying. It's just, I hate Legoland.
It sounds bad.
Legoland continues to be my favorite Lord of the Rings character, though.
No, Legoland. The hobbits are in Isengard or whatever you said, made out of Legos. That's awesome. Well, let's dive into our recommittals this week. We've got an order, and the order is today. Brian starts, as he always does. Brian, why don't you tell me a bit about your clip here and why you chose it?
Yeah, this is a movie, and I've made no secret about the fact that my Film Sack bonus episode for August is going to be about time loop movies. I'm a big fan of them. Randy obviously is as well. We had Palm Springs came up a couple weeks ago on this very show. Nobody here doesn't love Groundhog Day. We're all big fans of that. And so my episode is going to talk about some lesser known time loop movies. And this one got either, I guess, suggested to me or recommended by the algorithm as a time loop movie. And I'm going to preface this by just saying great concept, but poor execution.
Ooh.
And we can go right into the clip.
All right, here you go.
Madeline, think. Did you make some kind of mistake?
I didn't make a mistake. Oh.
What?
Well.
Maddie.
Shit.
What did you do?
This one piece of fucking code. I created a loop. It wasn't supposed to execute. It was just in case the script got hung up. I was only gone an hour, but...
Wait. No. An hour? Okay. The code cycles up into the point of the loop. That's
3,600. 3,600 versions of me are gonna show up every day at the same time. And you just killed the first one.
She was trying to kill me, I swear.
I believe you.
What is this?
All right. So this, I don't know if some people had audio issues hearing it, but this is a movie called Madeline's, and here's the concept. I don't care if I spoil this, because by golly, you know, if you make it through my description of this thing and you still want to watch it, power to you. This is a movie where a couple figures out time travel. There are a couple of engineers. They figure out how to create time travel in their garage, and the character Madeline accidentally creates a time loop. So when she sends herself through the time machine, she disappears for an hour and comes back an hour in the future. But her, as you heard in that little clip, she had some code in there that accidentally created 3,600 more Madelines that will appear in that same location every day at the same time. And because they invoke the time cop rule about no two Madelines existing in the same space, they decide that they have to kill every Madeline as soon as she appears. And these Madelines get increasingly violent. Really? Still getting weird audio?
No, they're fine. It's something with YouTube. It isn't us. So.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
So they keep getting more Madelines, and they have to kill the Madelines as they arrive. It's a very cool concept for a time loop movie, and it's kind of weird to call it a time loop movie, because it's really a time travel movie that screws things up. The only loop is that they have to keep killing these Madelines who are experiencing the time loop. The acting, I think it's even generous for me to say that this feels like a college film project.
I've got that feeling from some of that. That seemed a little rough.
Yeah, the acting is a bit rough. The music feels like somebody said, hey, you know that stuff Tangerine Dream did for Risky Business? Let's see if we can do that. It only features three. Yep.
It sounded like Primer to me.
It's got that thinking. It does have that low budget feel of Primer, and Primer did exactly the same thing, right? Low budget. Some people, incongruously create this time machine in a situation you wouldn't expect people to create a time machine in, and probably financially spent about as much as they spent to make this movie. They put a lot of their money into the special effects, because you have a lot of scenes where you've got multiple Madelines all on the screen reacting to each other, and it's like, oh, that's really good. There are actually only 3 actors in this film. The woman who plays Madeline, the dude who plays her husband that you hear there that has to keep killing the Madelines, and Richard Reel, who you know as the actor who created the jump to conclusions mat in the movie Office Space.
I love that that's your example of him. That's awesome.
That's awesome, dude.
Because it's the first thing you think of first thing I think of when I think of Richard Reel is like that character right there. Everybody's like, oh, that guy. Yeah. The guy.
Love Richard Reel. That's great. Here's what's weird, though. The concept as described by you.
Yes.
Very intriguing. That sounds super interesting to me.
It's really cool for an idea. And here's some other problems that this thing has. They create this place that all the Madelines are before they keep getting yanked out into the real world, into the present, which again, they didn't need to do that. They guess they need to explain how all these Madelines could have different, almost Michael Keaton multiplicity personalities, because you've got one that's kind of angry that kind of takes charge, and she's got a scar, and how did she get that scar? And then this other one that's kind of like, follows and does everything, and then a little one that's kind of a little bit of a sex pot. It's like how whatever. And it's like a Saturday Night Live skit in the last half hour of the show where they just don't know how to end it, so it just ends. They do have an ending to it, and it clears out the loop, but I won't say how they do it and what they do.
Sure.
It's on Tubi, so it's free to watch. You could pull it up while you're doing other things if you're curious about all this stuff.
Yeah.
But really, really, and we all agreed. We watched it with Hammond when he was here. Very clever concept. Really wish it could have been better in execution.
Like in the right hands, you get like Toni Collette to play the girl. She can do anybody and have her get worse and worse and all that. You get some directors who know what they're doing.
Yeah,
you could have had something special.
You rewrite the ending or figure out a better an ending that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
And you're golden. Again, the movie is called Madelines.
Warning.
Wreck a warning. I like that.
Mecha mental.
Okay.
Mecha mental.
Not mecha mental, like a
Not
giant
mecha.
robot.
No, like it's a giant robot. No, it's a mecha.
Although if anyone wants to bring a mecha mental to the show, I'd be down to watch a mecha mental. That'd be cool.
Sure.
Grim
and mecha mental.
Well, there you go. Our first, it feels like we haven't done a Tubi recommendation or anything since we've been doing this. So
I think it is our first Tubi. It's available to rent if you want to pay some money to see it, but please don't.
Don't do that.
Just make up an email address if you have to. Give it to Tubi, and if you're concerned about privacy issues.
The good thing about Tubi's commercials is that if you're doing it on a desktop, the ad blockers work. It just doesn't show ads at all. So on TVs, you're going to probably have to sit through them. But
exactly. Randy, you had a question?
Yeah.
Don't you think we're eventually going to see Perry Shen get a breakout role?
Perry Shen.
Remind me
in this movie.
No, I definitely don't. Not with the not with the demonstration of his acting ability that we saw in this.
I know him from something.
Yeah, he's such a hardworking actor.
We saw him in the film Hatchet.
I watched the documentary about the voice actors in Ghost of Tsushima. That he's in that. That's what I.
He's in that too.
Yeah,
okay.
He does a lot of video game voices. In Diablo 4, there's a bunch of voices, and I think he's probably having a real good VO career, so he'll probably be fine.
He's got, he's in a couple fresh Rotten Tomatoes movies. Better Luck Tomorrow is 81%. Victor Crowley looks like a horror movie is 67%. So I mean, he's done some good stuff, and maybe I need to watch one of those. But
this was not his best outing.
Not his best outing. Like this, yeah.
By the way, Hatchet also stars Richard Reel. Really strange.
Oh, weird.
There.
Oh, right.
They're all connected.
Yes,
they're connected.
The old couple who live in the swamp. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Well, all right then.
Very interesting.
So mecha-mental.
A mecha-mental. Great concept. Wish they could have made it happen a little bit better.
Oh, he was in Snowpiercer. That's another thing I saw him in. All right.
Was he really? The TV show or the movie?
I think it was the movie, but let me just make sure. Yes, 2013 Snowpiercer. Although it says he's a voice actor, but I thought I remember seeing him in it, so I don't know. Maybe he just did VO. Oh, he's Winston in Sleeping Dogs. All right, I know this guy. He's great. But he'll probably just do video games for the rest of his life. Let's move on to who do I have next? I got Randy next. Randy, I got this clip all lined up. Do you want to say anything about it before I hit play?
I sat and rewatched this movie this week, and I probably watched it most recently like 6 months ago. So there's clearly something going on. I think I was in a mood for something really moody. This is a super short clip. And I hope people are going to know it, but I also hope people who haven't watched it will go watch this movie.
It's an incredible film
because it's so good, and it's 7 years old. So super short.
Oh my gosh, how did that happen so fast? Holy shit!
No kidding.
All right, well, anyway, here it is.
And this was the end. But now I'm not so sure I believe in beginnings and endings. There are days that define your story beyond your life. like the day they arrived.
And then Jeremy Renner showed up and said, "What's up?"
Well, it's actually going to be Forrest Whitaker showed up, and like this. So this is Arrival from 2016, and it for some reason was reminding me of Up, the Pixar movie.
Weird,
because it starts so sad. Like you could hear the sadness dripping off of that clip from the beginning of the movie.
Yeah,
and it's so so emotional. And it occurred to me that like if you watch Up and if you just skip the first 5 minutes of Up and then you watch Up, you don't get the depth of the film.
Right. That first bit matters a lot in that movie. You're right. Yeah, totally.
And in this one, it's both the first 5 minutes and the last couple of minutes. So you might, you might think of it as two movies because it sort of is. It's a thing that happens to this character, and Amy Adams is so amazing in this movie. I mean, in general, like she's just so freaking good.
Yeah.
I didn't even really think much about Jeremy Renner. Like he's definitely there, but all of the acting is on Amy Adams.
Yeah, she's the star of this thing for sure. He's good though, but not, she's.
Did you say the name of the movie?
Arrival.
Yeah.
Arrival.
So this
not
is
to confuse with The Arrival. Don't watch The Arrival.
Yeah, very different.
Charlie Sheen. Yeah.
Yeah. Arrival is the movie, and it's Denis Villeneuve, our favorite director. Well, one of my favorite directors, but he immediately went on the next year to do the Blade Runner 2049. He went after that to do Dune. Dune 2 is about to come out. Before this, Sicario, and an amazing film in 2015. He's just made nothing. He can't make movies I don't like. It's just not possible. I don't know what his deal is, but this is one of his best. It's really good.
I hope you watch it, Nicole. It is ostensibly about an alien invasion.
Yeah,
of
she's
Earth.
she specializes in language,
linguist.
right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, linguist.
Yeah.
You've probably seen it.
No, I've never seen it. I've just seen I'm really good at recalling movies when I just see the trailer.
Oh, weird.
We're recently
Feels like I've seen it.
Yeah.
Recently with my kid, we've been doing this thing where we'll watch a movie and then watch the trailer. So like I wanted to catch him up on what's going on in Star Trek. So we watched Generations and First Contact and Nemesis. And after each of those movies, we would watch the trailer and we would be so appalled at the trailer. Like I am like, please do, when you're watching, especially when you're going to watch a movie that you haven't seen from the past, don't watch the trailer first.
Don't watch it first. See
whatever you do.
I did that with Moonrise Kingdom, and what pissed me off about the trailer after, because I did the same thing, not Moonrise Kingdom, sorry, Grand Budapest Hotel, was I turned right around and watched the trailer, and the trailer had a bunch of scenes in it that aren't in the movie, so it pissed me off in a different way. I was like, you guys cut this stuff? Like, I know that happens, right? You hear about trailers that have things that movies don't, but I was annoyed how much was in there. Some good stuff. Anyway.
Yeah, don't watch the trailer. Please do watch Arrival, especially if you haven't seen it. You're gonna get such a lovely turn of events. The way the movie is ordered and structured really leaves you with a huge emotional moment, and it's just awesome. Yeah. It was one of those things where after I watched it, I'm like, okay, I'm really sad now. I don't know exactly why I did this to myself, but I guess I'm going to just visit it every so often in my life because there's an entertainment in feeling these things.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I have a Amy Adams movie you can watch that will make you happy.
Oh, what's that?
Enchanted.
Oh yeah, I love that movie.
Oh yeah, it's like her breakout, right?
Yeah.
Like this.
Well, did you see Enchanted 2? I haven't recommended it because I don't think I liked it.
Did they get what's his name back? Scott Summers / Sonic Dad. What's his name?
Marsden.
James Marsden.
Say the second mention on today's episode.
Yes.
They did.
He's in
yeah,
Disenchanted, but the main guy is Patrick Dempsey, which is
awesome.
Right.
They got them all back.
Okay.
And
it's not as good though.
It wasn't as good as the first one.
That's unfortunate. I like that first one. The first one was like this breakout for her, and that I was like, oh, she's comedic. I guess the Wedding Crashers she was in, and that was kind of comedic, but no one knew who she was. And it was a really small role. But it felt like this was where you went, oh, she can do serious stuff and this, because at the same time she's doing things like dark stuff, like indie stuff, and and whatever. But I love her. She's always good forever.
Maya Rudolph was in the second one as well.
Yeah, she's good. I like her.
It wasn't. It just wasn't good.
Not
I
a
mean,
good
it was
movie?
fine, but it wasn't. It wasn't that good.
They could have let
it's
that
the
one.
kind of movie.
Yeah.
Direct to DVD, kind of. It reminded me of like when Disney does Lady and the Tramp 2, direct to DVD.
Direct to DVD. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It's like crappy animation version of what made the film great. Yeah.
Kind of was.
I get you.
It wasn't that good.
Well, speaking of Nicole, where was that streaming, Randy?
Amazon Prime, which is a really good thing.
Yeah.
When you want to watch something and you don't want to worry about whether it's going to disappear, Amazon Prime has like the most staying power for some reason.
Yeah, I've noticed that. It's weird. They keep their stuff longer than everybody else. I don't know why that is. Netflix feels like I never know 1 second to the next what they're
God, it could disappear in 2 days if you don't watch it. Yeah.
I think she was in Wedding Crashers, Amanda. Maybe I got the wrong actress.
She wasn't.
Am I thinking of somebody else? Who am I thinking of? That doesn't matter.
I don't know, but
whatever it is.
Before Enchanted.
Yeah, you're thinking of Isla Fisher.
I am 100% thinking of Isla Fisher. Thank you.
Yeah. Isla Fisher.
She kind of looks
She's
like
married to
You got to admit,
Borat.
though, you got to
Yeah.
admit, look at her
Borat.
IMDb photo.
Borat.
She looks
There's
like
both.
she looks a lot like her in that photo. You have to admit, like what's her name, like Amy Adams, or not Amy Adams. I got
She does.
I brought a whole third actress in. Fantastic. All right, let's move on. So, Nicole, you got a clip. What do you want to
Yes.
say about this?
I watched this on the plane, and then I realized it's pretty much streaming everywhere. It's, Netflix, I think, is on a number of other platforms. I was just looking for a nice movie, and I got it
All
in
right.
this.
Nice. Well, here's your clip.
Hey, can I help you with that, sir?
Do you think I don't know how to cut rope?
No, it's just we usually do that for you.
Do you think I'm going to cut myself and bleed all over your floor and sue you?
No.
Then I don't need your help.
Have an excellent day.
Idiot.
All right. So Brian and I both thought for a hot second that Brian recommended this, but you didn't, right, Brian?
Yeah,
Months ago?
I didn't. I looked back in the in quick TMS.li and I couldn't find that I recommended it. I remember
we had a
about it.
we had a big discussion about it in Discord, and I feel bad because I feel like I pushed you away from recommending it. And
you jerk!
It was you the whole time. Well, Nicole, tell us all about
I'll
it.
recommend it.
Yeah.
I'll recommend it. I mean,
Please do.
It's based off of a book. And the question usually comes, is this a true story? And it wasn't a true story, but it was based off a book. This is called A Man Named Otto. And you heard Tom Hanks. And so there's a lot of moments of his sadness and him, pretty quickly from this scene alone that he's a very grumpy man. And so as you go through the movie, you get little snippets of his life and his memories of his wife and the neighborhood that he lives in and he protects. But he's kind of done with everything. And so there are some unalive triggers. I don't like saying that word, so I'm not gonna say it.
And John Green recently tried to convince us to stop saying it. Both John and Hank Green.
Oh yeah, Hank. I saw the Hank video. Yeah, I don't know why can't people? This is a whole other thing, but why can't we say death? I don't get it. Is that a weird thing now?
The word suicide is
suicide.
Suicide. I get. Okay.
Yeah,
well, that makes sense.
yeah.
All right.
I just and so there was a clip that I was going to share, but it's kind of poignant in today's society where he's attempting again, and he does multiple attempts. But then he's getting ready. I'll just tell you, he's getting ready to jump in front of a train, but somebody has a heart attack, and he falls into the guy that has a heart attack falls into the train, and everybody's filming him, and he's like. And so he says he's a grumpy old man. He's like, why are you guys filming? Why aren't you helping?
Yeah.
And so he becomes a hero because he actually saves the man. And so it's about his relationships that he's building, kind of finding connection with people. And I think that's the message I like of the movie. It's like when you connect with people and find a reason to, get up every morning, that's important. So I like the message of the movie. It's why I'm recommending it.
Yeah, it sounds.
It is a sweet for some of the content you find here. It is a really sweet film.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering about it. Is it the trailers again? Here we are in trailers again, but the trailers make it seem like, oh, here's like what's that Clint Eastwood movie? Here's a Grumpy Neighbor.
Gran Turismo.
Gran Turismo.
Torino.
Gran Turismo.
Gran Turismo.
The one about fancy cars.
Is it a salsa or something?
No.
That's chorizo.
Oh, chorizo. Gran Chorizo. But yeah,
that was like the deepest spider of rabbit holes. Like,
yeah, it went down and went. It was like a
salsa.
It was like went out to about 4 other holes. It's amazing.
Exactly. Yeah.
Chorizo.
But when I saw the trailer, I thought, it's just Grumpy Man movie. I don't know if I'm really in the mood for that. And from the way you describe it, the way Brian and Randy described it earlier, it sounds like something worth seeing on different levels. So.
Yeah, it wasn't that long ago. May 21st is when I was going to mention it or going to recommend it, and then we watched Swan Song, and I immediately switched to talking about Swan Song. So I left Man Called Otto on the cutting room floor. So I'm glad it worked out that it still gets a recommendal.
Yep, there you go. And this is where at the currently? Where is it streaming?
It's on Netflix. I thought I saw it in a few other places, but Netflix was the first place I found it.
All right.
It's also on Southwest Airlines.
Oh, all right then. So if you guys subscribe to southwestairlines.com, don't worry, you're covered. No, I mean I obviously mean on the plane.
When you fly, you get the app, and then you get a bunch of free movies to watch on the flight.
Are they other new ones? Do they have newish ones on Southwest?
Yeah, they did. I'll just say it right now because it's not streaming anywhere. Hello God, It's Me, Margaret.
Yeah.
I watched that on the way back, and it was absolutely wonderful.
Was it?
Yes,
That's
I loved it.
Based on the Judy Blume deal?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
It's wonderful.
My daughters loved that book.
It's so good.
Yeah.
I never read Judy Blume as a kid.
Oh, my 2 girls were into it, and prior to that, my sisters were super into her back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
I never did. The Fudge, the Advanced Super Fudge, the Adventures of
Fourth Grade Nothing.
Tales of Fourth Grade Nothing, yeah. And was Beezus and Ramona hers as well?
Yeah,
Judy
it
Blume's?
was.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Read all those.
Yep.
Never read Are You There, God Meets It's Me, Margaret. Didn't feel like I was the target audience for that one.
Yeah. I think we were told we weren't,
I think we were. Exactly, yes.
Even though we probably were, but there was like a weird bias about Judy Blume books.
I told Mateo he should watch because he's like, oh, it's a girl movie. I'm like, dude, if you want to learn about girls,
this is great.
It's not every girl, but it's pretty close.
That's actually a pretty good point. Yeah.
Why not?
I grew up in a little town with a library that had a kids section. I read everything in the kids section, and the kids section was divided in half between boy books and girl books.
Really?
And the Judy Blume books were divided in half.
Oh,
and so the boy side had like Super Fudge and Freckle Juice, but then
Henry
the girl
and
side,
Ribsy,
like otherwise known as Sheila the Great, was on the girl side, and I had to cross over. I had to get
you.
Freckle Juice is
Randy,
always
breaking those barriers, breaking down those walls.
I like all those titles, but Freckle Juice grosses me out. Sorry, just had to say that. Go ahead, Brian.
I found a soy product, vegan product called Gran Chorizo. So
great.
Otherwise, I was going to buy the domain.
Yeah. Don't ask where the cheese comes from. It's real
before we move on to you, Scott. I forgot to mention the main part of Universal Studios is Super Nintendo World. That's there. So
it's so cool. I haven't been there, but my God, it looks so cool.
Was it crazy packed, like insane?
It was insane. Yeah. So if you do find yourself going to Universal Studio, I highly recommend you get the VIP pass, because not only will it get you access and the ability to skip the 180-minute wait to the
Mario Kart ride.
Mario Kart ride, because it's it was awesome. It was so cool. The tour will get you into places that normally you don't get access to. So we got to go into the prop room. We got to go on set of a lot of the stage area. I sent you the picture of us going into Quantum Leap. So it was pretty cool to get a more advanced tour, and you get breakfast and lunch included in that. And it's a 7-hour tour. And the VIP pass alone allows you to just kind of pump up. And first you feel a little bad, but you're like, nope, I don't feel bad. I'm not standing in a line of 180 minutes.
That's a lot.
So
that's a lot.
Yeah.
Especially, can you throw turtle shells and shit like that?
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's the whole point of the ride. It's like a augmented reality ride where you have a little hat that you put on, and then when you get in the car, it attaches to the hat, and then you collect shells and you throw them at. You don't want to hit the good guys. You want to throw them and hit them at the bad guys. So and you just go around, and it's a lot of fun.
That's nice. Is there a blue shell that can screw up the first place person?
No, I don't think so. I think it's all they were all green shells, I think.
Well,
but
now,
you do get you get Rainbow Road and all that fun stuff.
Oh, that's awesome.
Does everybody win their own race?
No.
Okay,
that's a great question.
We wrote it three times. The first time Team Mario won. We were Team Mario. The second time Team Bowser won, and then the third time Team Mario won.
Yeah.
So, yep.
Interesting.
But it's a lot of fun, and Mateo wanted to go to Japan to go to Super Nintendo World. So I was really happy when they actually announced that they had one in Hollywood at Universal Studios. So
Do they have one?
not that I don't want to go to Japan.
Are there any others
now when the
planned
kids
for
are
the
young.
states like Florida or anything? Or do we know? I don't know if this is it. Like maybe they're going to do more. It seems like it's popular enough. They could do one in Florida. They could do one in, I don't know.
Yeah,
It's insanely
one
popular.
There's one plan for Florida as part of Epic Worlds or something like that. That's got like a Universal Monsters area and
gotcha
a whole bunch of stuff.
That makes sense.
A separate, yeah.
You Scott would love the new Simpsons area there. They made Springfield. And they converted the old Back to Future ride into a Simpsons ride.
That's cool. Although I'm sad, a little sad to hear
I almost
that.
got sick.
Oh, you almost got you get a little motion sick on it.
Oh my God, it was so bad. Oh my God,
that's no
you're
good.
on a roller coaster. Yeah. So, but
that's
yeah,
great.
it's really kind of cool, the immersion, and then of course the Harry Potter area too is pretty amazing, and the castle and all that.
Well, 187 minutes may not be worth that, but the rest of it sounds great. And VIP, maybe that's the way to go.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to mine. This is a show on Apple TV Plus. I thought it was a movie when I first turned it on.
A lot of people thought it was a movie, judging by what happens when you Google it.
Yep.
So,
yeah. You're not wrong. And I went, and we were watching it, and I realized it at the end of the first episode because Kim started it as I walked in the room with popcorn, and I went, I didn't see the beginning or see the, when she hit play, I didn't know. So when we get to the end of it, I'm like, wait a minute. Oh my gosh, there's more. So I'm actually really glad there is. The only problem with it is I'm recommending it before it's finished, but I think it's good enough to recommend now. Here's my clip.
With any remaining passengers for flight KA29, please make their way to gate B15.
Good morning, everyone. This is Captain Robin Allen speaking. Flight time today, 6 hours, 54 minutes.
Operation has commenced.
Phones, tablets.
Plane is under control.
You need to see this.
Plane cleared, of course.
Someone is calling for help.
Got family? Loved ones? We got one job to do right now. Just get through to them.
Finally get a hint of who our star is there.
Right? Yeah, what a voice.
Yeah, it's great. So this is Hijack, and it's spelled like H/Jack, but it's Hijack.
It's H-Jack.
I don't know why they did it that way. It's a little weird. But it is a show currently, like I said, over on Apple TV Plus, and it is basically the core of it is it's a hijack movie where you're on a plane and a bunch of terrorists sort of take it over. And you've seen this a million times in a million movies, right? You've seen Passenger 57. You've seen that thing we saw with Liam Neeson recently. I forgot the name. What was that called? Forgot. anyway,
Red Eye.
Red Eye before
what
that,
was
and
it?
then it was week to week, right? We watched
Yeah,
that, and
that's
then-
right. We had 2 in a row. Red Eye and not Final Destination. What was it? But it was another airplane.
Yes, and it was
term.
good. We liked it.
Nonstop.
Nonstop. That's it, and it was good. Like it was a quality film. But we've seen these tropes a billion times, right?
Yeah.
There's so many movies like this. I mean, even Air Force One is just like it's one of those.
Mm-hmm.
And so I went in just thinking, well, this would just be a romp, And I was thinking it was a movie, but the first one ends at 45 minutes. I'm like, oh my gosh, I got to wait until next week. And then we just started binging it, and Kim and I really like Hijack a lot, even though it is full of some of those tropes. But where it gets interesting is because it's an episode or it's a week-to-week type thing, you are very slowly spoon-fed the motivations by the people taking over the plane, and it's not what you think it is. You think it's one thing, but then the next episode you're like, oh my gosh, that's not at all what I thought they were doing or what their motivations were. And even at this stage, I don't totally know what the ultimate resolution is going to be. So it's one of these things that just kind of piles stuff on top of each other and has all the tenseness of these guys have guns and don't get out of your seats, and then somebody gets out of their seat, again, it's covered in these tropes, but it's also managing to insert these really interesting stories. It's mostly a British cast with some folks from Dubai and a few other places, because they leave from Dubai to go to London, to go to Heathrow, and they don't, and so this all happens within that 7-hour period. And there are a ton of actors who'd be like, oh, I've seen her in 1,000 British shows, and I've seen him in a million things. The cast is great, diverse and wonderful. What was I going to say? There was one person in particular. Can't find his name. Is it Mohammed Enseldel? Crap, I don't remember his name. But everybody's putting in good work here. There are a bunch of actors you don't know. Cool. They're all kicking butt and making it great. Idris Elba is infinitely watchable. There's a reason he's a megastar. But even his motivations are weird. I'm still trying to get my head around those. And his family back in Heathrow, and they kind of do some of that story, and then how the government works and how they're responding to this potential takeover of the plane, because there's a whole bunch of time where they don't know it's being taken over, but they're also not answering the radio. Anyway, it's a big thing. It is a wild ride with lots of interesting stuff and really has us hooked. I'm very excited to see how it hits their landing. I hope they stick it, because I don't think it's like a multi-season thing. I think this is like a one-off.
A one-shot? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's
Hijack 2. The hijacking.
There's no information about how many. Well, I'm not able to find it really quick. How many episodes there will end up being? At least 7.
It's 7. No, it's a total of 7.
Is it 7 total?
And we just got episode 5 today.
Oh,
and August 2nd
right.
will be the final episode.
5 just dropped. Yep, there's 2 left. You're right. So they're oh, that's great to hear, actually, because I was hoping.
Oh,
for
there
more.
it is. 7-part thriller. Okay, no, I found you're right.
It's very, very good. If you like this sort of thing, this is not for the people who hate movies about plane problems. Okay, if you hate that, it just gives you tons of anxiety. You don't like flying anyway. Don't watch this. There's my trigger warning. But if you're into like thriller, high stakes, intense, British stuff, this is that, and I think it's very good. So go check it out. It is called Hijack. Season 1 is currently running on Apple TV and is 2 episodes from being done. That is our list, and they'll all be up on quicktms.li, which is also linked on the website.
There.
Yeah,
it's that
they're
quick.
there.
It's just that easy.
It's amazing. It's almost like an AI did it, but Brian did. He's our AI.
Yes.
Yeah, so go check that out.
AI is all Ibit.
That's right. And there's a big, long history of stuff we've covered on there, so you can go back and see stuff you've missed. Nicole, it's always good having you on. I'm glad you had a fun trip.
She's gone. She had to duck out.
She had to leave.
Do something.
All right. Well, there's that. And then Randy, it was great having you on.
It was. And we're getting ready to watch Uncharted with me.
Oh, yeah. Uncharted this weekend. Has any of us seen it? Because I don't think we have.
Yes.
Who
saw it? Did Dunaway see it?
I saw it.
Oh, you saw it?
I've seen it. Yeah.
I did not know you saw Uncharted. Your silence on the issue speaks volumes about what you thought about Uncharted.
Well, it's a thing where I don't remember what I thought of it.
Sweet.
I think it was like, I think we started watching it, and then I started doing something on the iPad or started doing something else, and yeah,
That's great.
So yeah, there we go.
That's great. No, that's great. I love it. It is like you're going to see it for the first time in a weird way.
It kind of is, yeah.
So yeah, get your Tom Holland and your Marky Mark on.
Wahlberg, yeah.
Yep, that's happening this weekend.
What's the biggest movie that you've seen recently, and you don't remember anything about it?
Uncharted.
And let me go first. You just, but like, was it a big movie? I don't know if it was a big movie.
It was trying to be big.
It's trying to be a big movie. Yeah.
For me, it's Star Wars Episode 9. I'm having what's it called? Skywalker.
Rise of the
Skywalker.
I don't even remember the. I went to the movies and watched that movie, and I don't remember a damned thing about it.
I remember not liking it, but that's it. I'm kind of with you on story and stuff. I remember some people somehow got redeemed when really shouldn't have for what they did. I remember Emperor bullshit that shouldn't have worked. I remember just thinking, well, this was not good.
Yeah.
Goodbye. But I don't remember any plot points really. It's like really, yeah.
I just, it's so weird when there's a big movie that everybody goes and sees, and you just immediately forget it.
Yeah. You know what? The one, the Zack Snyder zombie thing on Netflix. Which I kind of didn't hate.
Oh, right.
We did it for FilmSec, right? It was
right. The heist movie that takes place. Yeah, that's it.
It's like Heist
Army of the Dead.
Oh, Army of the Dead. Heist of the Dead. Yeah, that I have very little memory of, and that was supposed to be big, but it wasn't really a theater, I guess. But anyway.
Which I ended up recommending Army of Thieves, which is higher rated somehow.
Yeah.
Please watch it. If
Army
you haven't.
of Thieves. Oh, the one with the
that was
German
the prequel.
kid.
Yeah, it's a prequel sequel.
Yes, with the German dude. That was really good. Yeah.
I heard that was
and
all
that
right.
German dude, by the way, is in Oppenheimer.
Oh, well, that sounds about right.
Of course he is.
Get your German dude in on your World War II business, right? Always get your Germans. We need some Nazis, so sign up. All right, Randy, it's always good to talk to you. We'll see you on FilmSec this weekend.
Yeah.
In the meantime, go fishing. I don't know what.
No, you.
Okay, bye. Well, that was a bit Dunaway.
Go to Dick Church.
Yeah, go to Dick Church. Where do you go on Sunday? I'll go to Dick Church.
Dick Church.
That's it for the show. Real quick, I got a final thing to mention here. This is what is this? Hold on, I'm on the wrong tab. Okay, Scott, get it together. Here it is. It's an email. It says, hey guys, first, I love your show. I can say with all honesty that yours is my favorite, and I am subscribed to dozens of podcasts. Well, that's nice. Don't you think?
Oh, that's really very nice. Yeah. We know you have your choice of many podcasts. We're glad you chose TMS.
It says, secondly, because I was born in 1961, I'm considered a boomer. So maybe that's why I had this question in mind. When I ran across your podcast years ago, I thought the morning stream referred to the incredible strength of a man's morning pee. I understand now the internet streaming pun, but was that other theory ever in your mind? Okay, hear me out. Before the internet, what else would the morning stream be? LOLs. Sincerely loving you and all the regular Frog Pants stuff. Thanks for considering or consistently making my day better. All right. Well, that was a very nice thing to say, first of all.
Yeah.
Second of all, it 100%, people may not believe me. They can believe me if they want to or not. It was 100% based on we do a show in the morning that is live streamed. And in 2011, that was less common than you think. Mm-hmm. Right? Like we didn't even there was no Twitch. Well, yeah, there's still Justin TV, I think. Or some kind of crossover there. There was livestream.tv. There was YouTube didn't have streaming then. So we were kind of, it was already kind of like Mad Maxing it the best we could. But it was literally just to say, yeah, we're breaking out with this morning show, and it's streaming in the morning, and it's the morning stream. Like literally, that was the idea. It was nothing about taking a pee ever. No, some people don't believe me. I swear to you, never, not even once.
I mean, look at your track record, Scott. I mean, it's.
I don't blame him. I don't blame him, but I'm just saying, if I am to be believed, I will tell people right now definitively, it was never about peeing. It was about streaming in the morning, and that's it.
Yeah, and I'm gonna actually say this. Claire brought it up, and I'm curious about it too. His message says, "I thought the morning stream referred to the incredible strength of a man's morning pee."
Now, you know what? I've buried the headline. That is a weird thing to say.
He's older than us, and I can't tell you the last time I experienced the incredible strength of a man's morning pee.
Well, I'm trying to think. This morning,
when the first digit of my age, I think, was a 3. Was
if I drink a gallon or more a day, I can get a pretty good plaster going.
Yeah, okay. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's the problem is I'm not drinking enough water.
Right. But even then, it's a strange thing to say. Like, you could just say...
incredible strength.
Yeah, the incredible strength of a man's morning pee is a weird way of just saying, well, I thought it meant peeing in the morning. You know?
Yeah.
That's a very different way of saying it. Well, anyway, I love this kind of feedback. Keep them coming. What is our address? It's themorningstream@gmail.com. Themorningstream@gmail.com. You can send your emails or text us at 801-471-0462. That is going to do it for today's show. A reminder that we are supported by you on Patreon at patreon.com/TMS. Consider signing up today because you'll get lots of cool benefits, and we would love to have you. So please do. That's patreon.com/TMS. We'll now get out of here with a song selection from the vast library of Brian Ibbott.
Yeah. Oh, this is a fun one. Hi there, Star-Lord and Batu. Look at that. You got two references there to something in California we might hear more about. Last month, during a meeting about our upcoming marketing projects for the dog daycare that I work for, the owners surprised me for all my hard work that I've put into the company. They got me a 2-day park ticket to Disney World with plane tickets and a $500 gift card to use there. You're going to basically spend that before you get 2 feet into the park, probably.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting this and have never been gifted anything like this before in my life. It's still hard to believe. I'm so excited and nervous since I'll be going alone and haven't been on a vacation since pre-pandemic. I chose Epcot and Hollywood Studios so that I could ride Cosmic Rewind and Rise of the Resistance. To celebrate this, I would love if the Covermeister could work his magic and play a song to celebrate. Thank you so much for all the hours of entertainment you guys created daily that got me through all the challenges that led to me receiving this gift. Also, big thanks to Puptown Lounge for being the absolute best. Love the show, though. P.S. If my brother Jeff is listening, thanks for picking me up from the airport. Elizabeth from Columbus, a.k.a. Beffy Dino.
Oh, Beffy Dino. We like her. She's great.
We love Beffy Dino. I'm so jealous. Beffy Dino is going to Disney World. My uncle and his daughter, they're doing just a 2 of them trip to Orlando, and they're going to do all the Disney parks and all that stuff. I have not yet been to Disney World since they added I haven't been to Disney World in about 8 years, so they've added a lot of stuff since then, including that damn Guardians of the Galaxy ride. So I need to get out there.
Also, be careful down there. Don't die and melt and die. Okay, everybody?
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Really hot right now down there. But anyway.
Yeah, she's there. She is actually there right now. So she's there until tomorrow. So I'm hoping that she's already enjoyed those rides and is enjoying them again. One of those things on that ride, by the way, in the Guardians of the Galaxy ride, as they do at the Disney park for the Cosmic Rewind, I'm sorry, not Cosmic Rewind, what's it, Escape from the Collector, what do they call that? Anyway, Prison Break? Guardians of the Galaxy Prison Break?
Is that it?
Something? Anyway. How am I not remembering that? I've been on that ride 100,000 times. They play a different awesome mix song as you go on the ride, and they change it up so there are like 5 or 6 different songs that you might hear as you're riding the Mission Breakout. That's it. That you'll hear during that ride. So the song I picked for you is one of those songs that you may hear. It's one of the 80s songs that Star-Lord might be enjoying on his Zune as you ride Cosmic Rewind. That song is the Flock of Seagulls hit I Ran, but since this is the cover part of the show, let's play a cover of it. And since we all like ska, most of us do anyway, we're going to play a ska cover of it by the Holophonics from their 2017 album Masquerades Volume 11. Here are the Holophonics and I Ran.
Get more at frogpants.com.
Less than $2 everywhere.
Oh, less than $2 everywhere. Oh.